here we are. I'm excited. Rolling into the 2026 season. San Francisco Giants, born and raised for me, fan since I can remember, growing up pretty close to the Bay Area, and I'm hoping we get this even year energy back. World Series in 2010, 12, and 14. That's when my oldest was a little wee lad. He's a Giants fan too, and hasn't had the pleasure of remembering any of these except for clips you can see on YouTube and whatnot. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to go through the Giants infield. The starters are pretty set, but we're going to talk about each of them offensively, defensively, and then talk about who the projected backup's going to be, our predictions. So, yeah. Let's get into that. Here we are, courtesy of CBS Sports. We'll take a look here at, we'll start with first base. So Raffy Devers came over last year on Father's Day. I was actually at the Giants-Dodgers game in LA. My son, two of his buddies went with us, and he said, as we're walking in, "Hey, Dad, we traded for Raffy Devers," which I thought he was messing with me. He tends to do that. Like, there's no way we got him. So I was pretty excited and clearly biased. He's on one of my fantasy dynasty leagues that I've had him for, I don't know, 5 or 6 years. He absolutely raked in Boston. Power hitter at that porch out there, tons of home runs. It's a little harder hitting home runs in San Francisco, getting those base shots. I know he hit at least one last year, not until September, but there's a lot of drama in Boston. He did not want to play third base after they signed Alex Bregman. Sorry, he wanted to play third base, did not want to play first base. And they wanted him to get some reps there. And then with Tristan Casas, I think that's his name, got hurt, they were hoping Raffy would play there. And he was upset with the Red Sox at that point. They ended up having to ship him out of town to the Giants. I think we're definitely the benefactors of that. The big guy we lost, Kyle Harrison, pitching prospect I had my eye on for years. A little bummed to lose him, but we had to give up something big. And Harrison's already been traded again out to the Brewers, I think. And then the other kid we gave up, James Tibbs, I think. Maybe James Tibbs the third. He's outfielder. I believe we had drafted him the year before. And then I think one other guy, but I can't remember who that was. So let's talk about Raffy Devers here. He's going to bounce between first base and designated hitter. Not the best glove, below average glove at third base. We're hoping, because I'm part of the Giants team, hoping that he's going to improve and will be pretty solid there at first base. To me, he looks like a first baseman. I guess the only thing that'd be a benefit is if he was actually left-handed, because that's a good spot there. But I think excellent addition for Raffy Devers, playing first base, improving on his defense. Offensively, he's just a stud. Last year, he had 35 home runs, 109 RBIs. Again, fingers crossed with being with the team he seems to be happy with. His offensive numbers will get better. He hit 252 for his average. That's okay. I mean, for a power hitter, I'll take that. But definitely crushes the ball. But yeah, I'm excited at Devers playing. Here it has Luiz Arraez as our backup first baseman. That could be true. I mean, Arraez is probably going to bounce between second base, first base, and designated hitter. We'll talk about him in a second. But our youngster we're really high on is Bryce Eldridge. This guy is supposed to be a monster in the power department, swings from the left side. Not a lock that he's going to make the opening day roster, but I mean, I'd want it if he's going to make the roster. He's getting regular at bats. And so, we'll see what happens there. But we have quite a few options if we stay healthy. Casey Schmidt, we'll talk about him more, but he can play anywhere on the diamond. I think just not catcher. Encarnacion, we still have him, outfielder, designated hitter, gets first base. And then you have Tyler Fitzgerald, who can play anywhere just like Schmidt does. So first base wise, we're covered. Absolutely covered. Let's go over to second base. You can see here has Luiz Arraez penciled in there as our second baseman. Like Devers, defense is not his jam. He's below average defensively. Last year, I think he primarily played first base for the Padres and a designated hitter for them. But his bat is awesome. I think he's got an elite bat, at least in terms of like spraying the ball around. Ichiro Suzuki, that'd be, that's like high end. Ichiro had more power than Arraez did, but Arraez is not going to strike out. Last year, what was it? 2.1% of the time he struck out. So that's really good. He's got a couple batting titles under his belt. Last year, he was under 300. I think he batted 292 with the Padres. Still good. I imagine he's going to either hit in a leadoff spot or the second spot. You want that guy up there who can, like, keep the inning going, move guys along. So I was excited. 1-year deal. I think he's making $12 million a year. Absolutely take it. Casey Schmidt. I like this kid. I've been high on this kid for a little bit now. He can play everywhere. If we didn't sign Arraez, I was going to be fine with Schmidt being our everyday second baseman, but 100% support the signing of Arraez. And then Schmidt goes to the super utility role. He can play first, second, third, shortstop. So super versatile. I think he's got some pop in his bat. And then, a couple other guys that can play these other positions too is Fitzgerald, like I talked about, and then Christian Cause. So good depth at second base as well. And so if there's any injuries, I think the team's prepared to stand the test of time and work through these injuries. But in terms of batting average, Rice is going to be, front and center for sure. Let's move over to shortstop. We got Willie Adames. He was our big offseason acquisition 2 years ago or 2 off seasons ago. Prizing power. I mean, I know he had that big season with Milwaukee before he came over, but just doing some deeper dive and getting ready for this video. He's played 6 seasons, if I have that correct, and he's hit 30 plus home runs 3 times. So love that. He's going to hit in our 3, 4, 5 hole. That's where he's going to be. Batting average, not fantastic. But he's got that pop. So he'll probably hit in the Raffy Devers range, 250, 230. Don't love that. But yeah, with that power between him and Devers, that's could be a really scary lineup. Defensively, I think he's an elite shortstop, explosive player. Guy has good range, good powerful arm. It's accurate. I believe he does have 1 Gold Glove. Yeah, he has 1 Gold Glove. And defensively, I'd put him in the top tier. So Adames, between his firepower of a bat and defensively, he's solid with at least 1 Gold Glove. Excellent shortstop. He's making quite a bit of money with the Giants, but that's okay. If he needs to rest, again, Casey Schmidt can plug in there. Cost, I saw him more play second base last year, but I think he's got range to play shortstop. Defensively for Costs, that's where his bread and butter is gonna be. I didn't see a ton out of his bat last year, but we don't want those errors. We want to get out of the inning so that our bats can get up and get some runs, get some guys on base. Right, he was the one projected to win the second base job last year because 2024 he had that period where he had like 12 home runs or something like that in a short amount of time. And I think we all knew he was going to come back to earth, but you were hoping he was going to carry that into the 2025 season. He didn't really do it. His bat never really got going. And so we had a lot of guys over there at second base. And so Fitzgerald, not giving up on him. Like his versatility, his speed, and he's a good option as a bench guy. But it's Schmidt, Fitzgerald, and Koss. I'd be very surprised if all 3 of them make the opening day roster. But again, gives the Giants good options with what they want to do, having a defensive infield. Moving over to third base, down here at the bottom, let's scroll down a little bit. Matt Chapman. Defense is the name of the game with Chapman. 5-time Gold Glove winner. His last one was in 2024. With his defense, he's a playmaker. He's got a strong, powerful arm, really good quickness. His agility is just fantastic. I remember him when he was on the A's. He just was one of their good players, when he was over there. Glove has always been excellent, but he's got pop in that bat too. Last year at 21 jacks, his batting average 231. Yeah, don't love that. I would look. Could he get up to the 250 range? I hope that goes up there. He does make pitchers work. He often is gonna get a high pitch count, and so that's good. Get their starter tired out, but it also allows the other guys getting ready to come up to bat to see more pitches that these pitchers are throwing. So I do like that. He's not going to swing at the first pitch often. He's going to make these pitchers work. But he also, even though his batting average was low, and another guy we're going to talk about here in a second, he comes up with some clutch hits for the Giants. So Matt Chapman, he's making good money too, but holding down the hot corner, that's good stuff. I mean, my favorite Giant of all time, it actually is Matt Williams at third base when I was a kid. And I know last year Williams was on the coaching staff. There's a cool video on YouTube of Matt Chapman and Matt Williams just working together and talking about strategy and footwork and all those things. So good stuff. Matt Chapman, I believe the primary backup is going to be Casey Schmidt, which is good. Chapman missed some time last year. Casey filled in admirably, thought he did well. And then you could see they have Cost and then Raffy Devers, who third base has been his jam his entire career until last year we got some first base reps. So good options there. Defensively for us in case Chapman's got to go down or just to give him a rest as he's getting older. And last but not least, let's go back up. We're going to the catcher position. Patrick Bailey has been holding us down for a while. Defensively, this guy's awesome. He has a powerful arm. It's accurate. He's an elite pitch framer. High-end thrower, accurate. The pitch framing's excellent. Gold Gloves in 2025. He also won I didn't even know this was an award, the Fielding Bible Award in 2025, as he had 19 defensive runs scored. He saved them, saved runs from his defense. Patrick Bailey, excellent. I wish his bat was better. He hasn't really ascended to the more of a consistent offensive threat like I hoped he was going to. But he does get these clutch moments like Chapman where he's going to get a hit. He did hit that grand slam against the Dodgers. I want to say it was in the 10th inning. Was that in September? It was a battle, and then bases loaded. Patrick Bailey, hit that grand slam against the evil empire, the Dodgers. Yeah, with this pitching staff and then Buster Posey at the helm, Bailey's going to be there, for a while. And I just hope the bat kicks in more. But, as a 9 or 8 hitter, switch hitter, I like Bailey in here because he makes the pitching staff better and defensively he's going to lock it down. Projected, the backup's going to be Daniel Susac. He was drafted by the A's years ago. I like this kid. I'm curious to see what he can do. We've kind of had a revolving door of backup catchers for a few years now. We also have the young kid, Jesus Rodriguez, and then Eric Haas, the veteran there. So I'm excited. I think this is a great infield. I hope the offensive firepower gets going. And then defensively, we hold it down. So coming up soon, I'll do the outfield. I'll probably do 3 more videos. I'll do outfield, starting pitching, and then I believe pitching here real soon. But Giants fans, time to unite. Let's take down these Dodgers. I know they got all the money and the big names, but let's come after them and give them a fight and make this competitive. All right, y'all. You be well. Take care.